Welcome in, everyone. It's another Wayside Furniture Blend & Son Studio C session here at TheSummitFM, our first one for the year 2025. And on this cold and snowy winter's evening, we are joined by Canadian singer-songwriter Leif Vollebekk. Glad to have you with us, Leif. How are you tonight?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Excellent. We're happy to have you here, and this is your second visit to a radio station today. Just earlier this afternoon, you were at our friends in Pittsburgh, WYEP, so thanks for doing a doubleheader for us here tonight.
They're really upset about the football.
Yes, you've...
Yeah, and nobody here said anything.
You've descended upon...
Because you guys are...
you've descended upon a pretty good football time for us here with Ohio
that's
State
why
Buckeyes.
No one's talking about it here.
Yeah.
We're
cautiously optimistic. We're trying to remain calm about this big game a week from tonight. So anyway, we have Leif Vollebekk here for a Wayside Furniture Blend & Son Studio C session. Let's start with a song. What do you have for us first?
They unmuted it. Thanks. This song is called Peace of Mind. It's I don't know what to say about it really. It's a lot like the title says. It's about peace of mind.
Driving around looking for action, mountain range come into view. The colors they change with the sun and the rain, and baby now I'm different too. Last night I prayed for direction, this morning when it showed, I didn't hold on, now baby it's gone, and you tell me now that's just how it goes. You give me peace of mind. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Honey, you make it look easy, floating above the world. But when you least expect it, your body electric brings you back to that little girl. Running through the streets of the village, talking to strangers on high. 98 in the shade, for this you were made. My northern blood was begging to fly. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Blood in the river, turning to dust. Who will deliver the two of us? I wonder if I'm crazy to want this, wandering from town to town. What if my purpose is deserting the circus? Honey, would you follow a clown? I dreamed I attended my funeral, children playing in the rain, a dandelion placed over my face, and I'll never be the same again. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind.
Thank you.
That was beautiful. That was Leif Vollebekk joining us here for another Wayside Furniture Blind & Son Studio C session here at the Summit FM. And the new album, his fifth full-length titled Revelation, is out now on Secret City Records. That song called Peace of Mind. I know that this was released to radio, about a month before the album release. That's when it was put out there. And then it was also sent out again as a reminder, because there's so much music out there, but sent out again in early November. And that's when I heard it again, and it really clicked with me and sunk in with me because of the timing of that. It landed at a pretty loud time in America, right around Election Day. But I think that's something that we can all relate to during this weird timeline that we live in nowadays. How did this song come about for you? And I understand there were even many different versions of that song recorded as well.
That song, I kind of wrote it. The record was done, and I had just one song that kind of just came out of thin air, and I just wrote it down. I was watching Indiana Jones on the TV. It was the first one, Last Crusade.
Yeah.
And I forget her name, Marion. But
yes.
She goes, I don't know who said what, but I was just watching TV. And she said, everybody's sorry for something. And I thought, oh, that's a nice song. Like, everybody's sorry for something. And then I ended up changing all the lyrics. but her voice kind of had this melody in it. So that's the song.
Isn't that always the way, though? Like, you have an album wrapped up, it's all done, and then it's always like the last song that gets put on the record is the biggest hit, or the one that makes the most
hit,
sense,
yeah.
or translates to everyone, right? So
I guess I don't know about it. I know that that's what happened for me on the last record too, I guess. Yeah, actually, usually the one that, and it takes a while to record it sometimes, because you're like, oh, well, now we've got a song like that, we've got a song like this, and you kind of go, and then it's hard to let go. So you're like, well, maybe I'll try it this way. Maybe I'll try it this way.
Well, and you're putting together this album. This song sort of comes to you at the last minute, but I mean, again, the first time I heard it, I mean, it just, given the context of what our nation was dealing with an election, gosh, and how crazy it gets for that, especially this year, that song was the perfect, I guess, antidote to all the noise out there. And did that ever come to you, or is that something that sort of you had in mind as you were writing this? I mean, not that you pay attention to American politics or anything like that.
I've heard about it.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. It's hard not to. I don't know, but it just seemed perfect to my ears anyway, dealing and kind of winding down this crazy election cycle. That peace of mind and just the message being put out there. It was just a nice way to kind of get away from all that.
I'm so glad to hear that. When you write a song, you kind of just hope that it resonates as much as possible, I guess. Not while you're writing it, but after. It's a lot of the music I like to listen to is just usually whoever wrote it feels something pretty clearly and deeply, and that's kind of what you want when you're stressed out, I guess, is somebody in a good place.
Yes.
Where a lot of Bob Dylan songs, he's kind of like, at least in a very like triumphant, powerful place of
right.
like knowing exactly how to rectify the situation.
It's the genius of Dylan right there.
Yeah.
Well, you had a pretty memorable year last year in 2024 with the release of your album, of course, September 27th, Revelations, that came out then, and but a lot of different things. I mean, you had a whole highlight list on your social media, but the one thing I was curious about was you conducted an orchestra in Mexico City. What happened there? What was that all about?
I know. It didn't actually
Can't
make
believe
sense.
it either, right?
Yeah, no, I was really tired that week, because 2 days later I was in San Francisco opening up this show for, it was like 8,000 people, and I took my first production gig producing somebody else's record. His name's Arath Hersey, and so on my record I arranged with a wonderful arranger, Chris Elliott. We arranged a 25-piece orchestra to add the strings when everything was done, which was fantastic. And we went to Budapest to do it. And I was really jealous of the conductor because I was like, he gets to be in the room. I was in the control room. Anyhow, so I thought, well, in this Arath, this Mexican singer-songwriter, he wanted an orchestra too, and I thought, well, I'll call Chris again. That worked out great, and we went down, and there happened to not be a conductor for a few reasons, and so I was like, oh, well, I can do it, you know. But I didn't orchestrate the situation for that purpose, but it's quite fun. You know,
well, you get out there and then you're like, "Whoa, I'm really doing this."
Well, it's
a little nerve-wracking.
It's not because it's like it's kind of like it's like if you're just maybe if you're like DJing and you put on like Phil Collins or something, you know, and then you air drum the drums, you know, they're gonna happen no matter whether you air drum it or not, and
you're
are
sort
passionate,
of guiding it along, right? Yeah.
But if there's a feed, right, of you listening to the DJing, obviously the feed would be more impressive if you did the air drums.
I talk with my hands.
Yeah.
Conductors punctuate with their hands as well, right?
It's a little bit like that.
I get it.
Yeah.
I totally
But,
get
you're just like, a lot of just like, hey, can you be louder? But you don't want to make a sound. So it's like charades.
So you have to gesture.
Just get to do this.
All the gestures.
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool, though. Conducting an orchestra in Mexico City, that's quite a highlight for last year. We're joined by Leif Vollebekk, a Canadian singer-songwriter here touring behind his 5th album, Revelation, that's out now on Secret City Records, traveling around to different radio stations around the country here on this little radio promo tour. Let's do another song. What do you have for us next?
This song's called Moondog. I think it's in tune. Might take a moment here. This is called Moondog.
Young and I was barely free, just a boy upon my mother's knee. Was that the wind howling through the trees? Was that you calling to me? Calling to me. Showed me where the candle flame was black. I said, oh baby, I never noticed that. But with your breast pressed against my back, you were laughing in the bath. Laughing in the bath. Take a look at this face of mine. Is it cool? Is it crystalline? Or a pale imitation? Brand new tessellation. Tell me what you see. Moondog, you're all I need. Keep circling back to you, just like the universe, it begs me to. What frightens me is what frightens you. Oh baby, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Breaking free with a deeper will. The one I seek is a seeker still, always reaching, never teaching. I know nothing, baby. Who am I to instruct? Moon dog, you're out of luck. Sometimes there's magic, sometimes it's hid. Half of magic is just hiding. I always loved you, just didn't know I did. One day I just let the light in. It was a barn burner in Galena, Illinois. Fate hit me like a bolt of light. Tired of living in the pouring rain. 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 It's my life and I'm living. Tired of living in the pouring rain. Tired of living in the pouring rain. Tired of living in the pouring rain. It's my life and I'm living in it. Sometimes there's magic, sometimes it's hid. Half of magic is just hiding.
Thank you.
Very good. That was Leif Vollebekk here for a Wayside Furniture Blind & Son Studio C session at the Summit FM, sharing songs from his now released fifth album titled Revelation, out now on Secret City Records. Just heard the song Moondog. Leif, you are an award-nominated and winning artist in your native Canada. You have some big award moments, including being shortlisted for the 2017 Polaris Prize and the 2018 Juno Award in your native Canada. It's quite an honor, and I'm wondering what that's like. I mean, the Junos are Canada's version of the Grammys. Do you get dressed up in a tux and get to walk the red carpet? What's all that
Grammy
like?
if you want, give me more.
What's that experience like, though, being at an award show? I mean, that's pretty cool.
They're kind of weird.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure.
They're weird. Everybody's uncomfortable and strange and sweaty. You don't want to go to one of those.
Not sure how to act or how to behave
Everybody's
yourself.
gone crazy. Yeah. Oh no, it's just a strange place.
Yeah.
But you know what's nice is that the best part is the texts from your cousins and your aunts and your uncles. Yeah. That's honestly. Yeah. I wrote my friend Angie. She got a bunch of awards. I said, and the best part, like getting texts from your family's so happy. And she's like, yeah, exactly. It's true. It's like, it's kind of, I mean, I do it for me, but in those moments, I pretend I do it for them.
A proud moment for your family members.
It makes people feel like, I don't know, makes other people feel great, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like the Grammys, I'm sure this is broadcast on national television throughout Canada, right? I mean,
I think so.
Or no? Yeah. I don't know. You just show up and do what you're told, right?
I lost to Leonard Cohen like that year. Ooh. Yeah, and he just passed away, and I remember thinking, that's good. That's
I can't be mad about that.
Yeah.
Well, good. That's very cool though to be an award-nominated and winning artist in your native country. And you grew up in Ottawa, and you live now in Montreal. But all of this came to you as a young child, as far as getting into music. How did this start for you at such a young age?
Well, this is my grandpa's guitar. This is the one I play. So, shucks. We can show photos of me and there's a photo of me and my grandpa, and I'm just like touching the guitar. That's the one. Yeah,
that's the one.
So I got all my instruments from him after he passed away. As I kind of got older and started playing different things, so piano, violin, all that stuff. And then I got into Bob Dylan in my late teens, and then the rest was painful. I mean history.
Well, I mean, but you started picking up all these instruments at a very young age. Is that correct?
Yeah, I wasn't any good,
but still, though, that's
I started playing violin at 6, and then they all kind of connect. Basically, the violin is I found it particularly difficult because there's no frets.
Yeah.
And so on the guitar you can go this far and be in tune, and on the violin just a little angle.
Yeah.
It's serious. It's
smaller.
Very serious.
Right.
and it's a different note. And so it's just painful. And I have a pretty good pitch, so I was like painfully hearing myself play.
Right.
But I just powered through, And then I started like playing Satisfaction on the low string, and my teacher was like, "That's not what you're supposed to practice." And so it was already calling at a young age that I was destined to not play written music.
Here's to adapting on different musical instruments with whatever it takes, right? There you go. Leif Vollebekk joining us here for a Wayside Furniture Blind & Son Studio C session. A room full of Summit members, our first session of 2025. The new album Revelation is out now on Secret City Records, and we have another song. What do you have for us next here, Leif?
I'm going to play the song that's called False Hearted Lover. I hope you guys don't have too many of those. But you know. Yeah. I always want to say something clever about the song, but then I'd rather not.
False-hearted lover brought you to my arms. Did she really do me any harm? False-hearted lover brought you to me. Oh baby, can't you see? When someone tells you who they are, you best be listening hard. There was a season, now it's gone. No use in hanging on. Yeah, I'm right where I belong. There's no use in hanging on. I was drowning in the smoke, baby. The perfume and the fog of all the lies you told me. Those are just the ones I call my false-hearted lover. My false-hearted lover. We were born to be desired, with a naked sky on fire, conceived before the light. She said, baby, do I hear right? Now honey, I must confess, I don't love you any less. But like a muscle that you tore, I don't love you anymore. I was drowning in the smoke, baby. The perfume and the fog of all the lies you told me. Those are just the ones I caught. You ask me why I'm crying. You say, what are you crying for? Well, it's not because you lied. baby. Said I can't trust you anymore. My false-hearted lover. My false-hearted lover. My false-hearted lover.
Thank you.
Leif Vollebekk here at the Summit FM, another Wayside Furniture Blind & Son Studio C session as he makes his travels across the country, visiting radio stations in our world of music with his fifth album, Revelation, out now on Secret City Records. Leif, this album was recorded in Woodstock, New York. There was a time for you around this time of recording this record, a time of solitude. You dabbled in some different side pursuits, from gardening to astronomy to building furniture, lots of other things.
Lots of time on my hands, it sounds like.
Sounds like you did have a lot of time in your hands, but I'm wondering, how close were you to slipping away from all of this as far as music in general? And
It was the
what
best
got you
year of my
back to it?
life. I got to do everything I always wanted to do.
Sort of self-imposed vacation?
It was great. I was telling a lot of my musical friends and all songwriters, they were saying that they were so productive because everything, like nothing was happening socially, and that's what artists need, to be left alone, you know. And I know there were all these articles too. I remember there was an article about, Shakespeare wrote The Tempest during the plague and all that. I remember thinking, but he also wrote like Hamlet before that. He'd already like jump-started Sergeant Pepper, you know. But there was something to that where, and Isaac Newton like did all his big year, you know, all that. And I thought, oh, that's nice. All these, but then I was like, I just ended up reading more Shakespeare and more about physics and stuff.
Right.
And every little wormhole of I wonder what happened there. I just kind of got to follow it all the way through, and I don't know, it's a little bit in the songs, but maybe not so much, but I found it a really quiet time to create. I mean, despite everything that was happening, it was that's what you need to write, some quiet.
You became...
I don't have it anymore.
Right. That's very true. You sort of became a Renaissance man in the process, I guess you could say, with all these different pursuits.
I'd like you to think that, for sure.
I think that.
Yeah.
I think we can get behind that concept, right?
Yeah.
Leif, I want to ask you this as well. Of course, you know, it's mid-January 2025. The horrific wildfires out in Los Angeles are just unimagiable, what's been going on out there. Do you have any musician friends out there affected?
Oh my God, everybody. Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, and I was there just a few months ago, like in so many of these places. It's kind of hard to...
Well, I hope that your friends are okay, and that this...
Everybody's okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. But still, just it's going to take a lot of work to rebuild that area, and our thoughts are with them here at the Summit out in Los Angeles, to those affected. We got one more song for our Summit members here, another one from the new album Revelation, which is out now. Leif Vollebekk here for a Wayside Furniture Blind & Son Studio C session. What do you have for us to close out here tonight?
You kind of threw me with all the emotion there. This song is a song called Rock and Roll. And it's about a bunch of dreams, I think. Kind of a bunch of dreams in a row, in quick succession. On the record, it's drums and orchestra and piano, and this is obviously just me. So.
Flowers wilted when the days got hot. Slow motion wheels on a fast moving truck. I'm driving around just to pick you up, but I can't find you. In the water of a sacred place, see a reflection, yeah, see your face. And I know that all will be erased if I touch it. I'm on a boat and I'm out at sea. There's no captain, or maybe the captain is me. And you got your head laying on my knee, and then I wake up. When you told me that you lost a friend, but it's just beginning in the end, and that you'll be seeing her again at the river. But I think I know just where you've been. My grandfather, he played the violin, and babe, I still remember him when I'm playing. So I'm gonna play just this one note. It ain't even one of the ones I wrote. In fact, none of them are, or didn't you know, they're made by the maker of rock and roll. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Sha-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la. Shoo-da-bop, shoo-da-bop, shoo-da-bop. Shoo-da-bop. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Sha-la-la. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That was absolutely wonderful. One of the more special and just intimate sounding Wayside Furniture Blind & Son Studio C sessions we've had here in a long time at the Summit FM. That was just fantastic. One more round of applause for Canadian singer-songwriter Leif Vollebekk, everyone.
Thank you so much.